Hey everybody, welcome back to Voices of Calm, the Shakespeare edition. We're here with yet another scene as we continue on this play in A Midsummer Night's Dream, and it's Act 3, Scene 2, and a lot of stuff is going to happen. It's really exciting, so thank you for tuning in. But before we go any further, let us please thank again PlayShakespeare.com for curating these amazing scripts for us to do for you. It's been a joy. And also, let me introduce everybody to you. I'm Andrea Emmes, and I live in California, and I'm playing Hermia. We've got Adam Barr in New Jersey, who is our narrator. Rico E. Anderson from California, who is our Oberon. Johnny Heller in New York, who's playing Puck. Anthony Rapp, also in New York, who is Lysander. Roberto Scarlato in Michigan, playing Demetrius. And Gillian Bellinger in California as Helena. So, now without further ado, Adam, if you would.
Thank you, Andrea. Now, in the meat of A Midsummer Night's Dream, we find out a little bit more about these fairies who run the world, especially at night, in the background. They are very powerful, but we find out they are not infallible. And it is nighttime, and one Athenian distressed lover looks like another Athenian distressed lover. And if you're busy at work and trying to squeeze the right potion into the right eyes, well, mistakes happen, leading to a lot of 16th century goofiness. And we'll begin in a moment, but I do want to say that we're recording this in the evening of a Saturday night, and we will cross 7 p.m. Eastern time. So through the windows of our two New York City actors, you might hear some noise as New Yorkers step out, as they do every night at 7 p.m., to make a little noise and recognize the frontline people who have been taking care of us this whole time, about which we'll hear a little bit more later. But now, let's get to the Athenian woods and begin. Another part of the woods. Enter King of Fairies, Oberon.
I wonder if Tatiana be awake. Then what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity.
Enter Puck.
Here comes my messenger. How now's mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love. Near to her close and concentrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play, intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sort who Hermes presented in their sport forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did him at this advantage take, in Ass's knoll, I fixed on his head. Anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes. When they him spy, as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or russet painted chuffs in many sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. So at his sight, away his fellows fly. And at our stamp, here o'er and o'er one falls. He murder cries, and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, had his finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Enter Demetrius and Hermia.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now but I chide, but I should use thee worse, for thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, there o'er shoes in blood plunge in deep, and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Hermia? I believe as soon this whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her mother's noontide with Antipodes. It cannot be thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look so dead, so grim?
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Ah, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I had rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth be never numbered among men. Oh, once tell true, even for my sake. Durst thou have looked upon him being awake, and hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm, an adder, do so much? An adder did it, for with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether be dead or no.
Exit.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here therefore for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, for debt that bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which now in some slight measure it will pay, if for his tender here I make some stay.
Demetrius lies down and sleeps.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice up on some true love sight. Of thy misprison must perforce ensue some true love turned, and not a false turned true.
Then fate o'errules it, one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens, look thou find, all fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Exit.
Flower of this purple dye, hid with Cupid's archery, sick an apple of his eye, when his love he doth espy. Let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Enter Puck.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Stand aside, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to wake.
Then will two at once woo one. That must needs be sport alone, and those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Enter Lysander and Helena.
Why should you think that I should woo in scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more, when truth kills truth, O devilish holy fray. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me put in two scales will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eyne? Crystal is muddy, oh, how ripe and show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow, that pure congealed white high Taurus' snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow, when thou holdest up thy hand. Oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite. Oh, hell, I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and superpraise her parts, when I'm sure you hate me with your hearts. You're both rivals, and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin, and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so, for you love Hermia. This you know, I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none. If ever I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but as guest-wise sojourned, and now to Helen is it home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abbey it dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Enter Hermia.
Dark night, that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes, wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found. Mine ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound. But why, unkindly, didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seek'st thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive that they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, oh, is all forgot? All school days, friendship, childhood, innocence? We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds had been incorporate. So we grew together like a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet an union in partition. Two lovely berries molded on one stem. So with two seeming bodies, but one heart. Two of the first, like coats and heraldry, due but to one and crowned with one crest. And will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning our poor friend? It is not friendly. 'Tis not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I, may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander as in scorn to follow me and praise my eyes and face? And made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial. Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth, affection? But by your setting on, by your consent? What though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved? This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Persever. Counterfeit sad looks. Make mouths upon me when I turn my back. Wink at each other. Hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, should be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make such an argument. But fare you well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak praise. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw, and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where to tends all this?
Away, you Ethiop!
No, he'll seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow, but yet come not. You are a tame man, go!
Hang off, thou cat, thou burr! Vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this, sweet love?
Thy love? Out, tawny Tartar, out! Out, loathed medicine! Oh, hated potion, hence!
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What? Should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me wherefore? Oh me, what news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile, since you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then you left me? Oh, the gods forbid! In earnest shall I say.
Aye, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, nothing truer. 'Tis no jest that I do hate thee, and love Helena.
Oh me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love! What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from me?
Pine, I faith, have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you.
Puppet! Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem, because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak, how low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach unto thine eyes.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gifts at all in shrewishness. I am a right maid for my cowardness. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think, because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Lower? Hark again.
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia. Did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you, save that in love unto Demetrius I told him of your stealth unto this wood. He followed you, for love I followed him. But he hath chid me hence, and threatened me, to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go to Athens, will I bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why get you gone? Who's that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little, again! Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let her come to me. Let me come to her.
Get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering not grass maid, you bead, you acorn.
You are too officious. In her behalf that scorns your services, let her alone. Speak not of Helena. Take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abby it.
No, she holds me not. Now follow, if thou darest, to try whose right, of thine or mine, is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
Exeunt Lysander and Demetrius.
You, mistress, all this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
Exit.
I am amazed, and know not what to say.
Exit.
This is thy negligence. Still thou makest, or else committest thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did you not tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise, that I have anointed in Athenians' eyes, and so far am I glad it so did sort, as Mr. Jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. High therefore, Robin, overcast the night, the starry welkin cover thou anon, with drooping fog as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray, as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander, sometimes frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong. And sometimes rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead to them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with Latin legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crust this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this victorious property, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyebrows roll with wonted sight. When they next wake, all this delirium, derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision. And back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whilst I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy, and then I will her charmed eye release from monsters' view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts wandering here and there troop home to churchyards, damned spirits all, that in crossways and floods of burial already to their wormy beds are gone, for fear lest they should look their shames upon, they willfully themselves exile from light, and must for aye consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I with the morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, even till the esteemed gate all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns into yellow gold his salt green streams. But notwithstanding haste, make no delay, we may effect this business yet ere day.
Exit.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I'm feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Enter Lysander.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Exit Lysander. Enter Demetrius.
Lysander, speak again. Thou run away, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak, in some bush? Where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou look'st for wars and wilt not come? Come, recreant, come, thou child. I'll whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice. We'll try no manhood here.
Exeunt. Enter Lysander.
He goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. That fallen am I in dark uneven way, and here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy gray light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Lysander sleeps. Enter Puck and Demetrius.
Ho, 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 coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me, if thou darest, for well I wot, thou runst before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand nor look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay, then thou mockest me. Thou shalt buy this dear, if ever I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach look to be visited.
Demetrius lies down and sleeps. Enter Helena.
O weary night, O long and tedious night, abate thy hours. Shine, comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight, from these that my poor company detest. And sleep, that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Helena sleeps.
Yet but three. Come one more. Two of both kinds makes up four.
Enter Hermia.
Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, nor further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heavens, shield Lysander, if they mean a fray.
Hermia lies down and sleeps.
On the ground, sleep sound, I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy.
Squeezing the juice on Lysander's eyes.
When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverb known that every man should take his own. In your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill, the man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Thank you so much for watching this scene from A Midsummer Night's Dream and joining us, Voices of Calm, for this scene as well. We also want to extend great and heartfelt thanks to everyone on the front lines that is helping fight this virus. I know that we are with you in the best ways that we know how, one of which is to create. So stay safe, stay healthy, stay connected, and as the Bard says, parting is such sweet sorrow. Until next time.